One of my favorite features within the Factbook is the Bible book guide. So I've got the Factbook open, and you can see at the top you've got information about the Gospel of Luke, which is what we've got typed in here. So we are going to do a search for a book of the Bible. So when I type in Luke, you'll see that Logos gives us a lot of different options. We're looking for the one at the top that has this flag signifying that it's a book of the Bible. I'm going to click on that, and then it's going to be on the Gospel of Luke Factbook entry. On this left-hand side, you have all these different sections about the Gospel of Luke. So a key article from the Lexham Bible Dictionary. You're going to have key passages, media within the media library for Logos, events. Great information about the Gospel of Luke. But this Bible book guide here, about a little before halfway down the list. When I click on it, this is like a study Bible and introductory notes to a book of the Bible on steroids, and it has all the different things that you would want when you're wanting to research a book of the Bible. So when we expand this section, we have content, origin, background, objects, canon, form, meaning, and additional information. So when we open the first one, content, we have subsections, overview, outline, and contents. And depending on what you have in your library, that's going to make a difference what shows up for you in this search. But I've got a fairly robust library, so I've got some good options, and I'm sure you've got good options in your library as well. But when we click on this one, it's going to go to an overview section. We'll open up a couple of these introductory notes on the book of Luke from different resources. And so a lot of great information. I love this outline section here as part of the content, because when we click on one of these, it's going to give us different outlines. And this is from the Zondervan Exegetical Commentary on the New Testament for Luke. And I love this section because it gives us outlines of how the text should be. And so we can go like some context commentary of the New Testament on Luke, and sure enough, we have that section. So this is a wonderful opportunity to study a book of the Bible, to get in deep within your library without having to do a deep library search. For origin, you're going to look at issues of authorship, so who wrote the book, date, and purpose. And this is really where Logos becomes your personal research assistant. Instead of trying to open up individual books and find this information, it all comes straight to you. As always, you can hover your mouse over the cursor, over the link, and it's going to bring a snapshot and a little bit, maybe 3 or 4 sentences, maybe up to a paragraph of information about whatever you're wanting to see at that moment. So this is authorship, date, purpose, the purpose of the book. And then we also, when we open up the background, this is going to be all the background information for the book of Luke, the historical context, the recipients, the location. So we're thinking of background information. When we open up objects, we're going to look at the geography that is found within the book of Luke. We're going to look at key figures within the author of Luke, within the objects. For canon, it's going to look at how this book, whatever book we're studying, is related to the rest of the canon. So it's relationship, it's canonicity, it's historicity, and it's authenticity. So if you're wanting to do some contextual issue in terms of the broader themes related to how a book of the Bible fits in the canon, this is a great section. After canon, we have forms. So we're going to see different forms and how commentators and theologians have thought about different forms, everything from the text itself to the style of language to the structure, the unity. For us, it's a lot of times it'll be Luke Acts when you're in Luke, but just the unity of the book itself. Below form, we have meaning, so thematic information and emphasis, interpretation. What is the message of Luke? So when I click on preaching from Luke, from this Matthew to Luke commentary, we're going to get preaching from Luke and different messages about whatever book that we are searching. And then under this, we'll have additional information that has bibliography from other resources that'll give you, like if we click on this Anchor Yale Bible Dictionary, it'll give you a bibliography of what they put together for the book of Luke. So if you're starting a book study, maybe you're a preacher or a teacher, or maybe you're just starting a study of a book of the Bible, I always encourage to start with the Factbook and start with this Bible book guide. It's going to give you all the information related to the whatever book you're trying to study from your library. It's not going to say it's not going to have all the resources in your library that deal with this topic, but it is going to give you a host of just a wealth of information from books that have these elements. So it brings all that rich information straight to you to become your personal research assistant as you study God's Word.